Afternoon, folks. How's everybody doing? Today is the 7th, so I think that makes it Thursday. I can't friggin' tell anymore.
Looks like Ray has been activated. He's completely unbiased, and now...
Alright, let's shut that down because we aren't doing X-22. Some of you guys don't like them, but I try to get information from all sides whenever I can. The more information you have, the more information you can sift through, the more you can take the outlying stuff that is just out and out ridiculous and throw it away. So, as much information as you can before you make your evaluation. That's just smart. I thought today we would just kind of sit on one subject through the headlines that keeps coming up, and what it is there are a lot of people out there who don't think that anybody is trying to subvert the American way of life, the American government, and the Constitution. They just say that you're crazy, that's not real, that's not happening. A bunch of stories, but let's start with the ironic one first. This one fucking killed me. Woman in stormtrooper costume promoting Star Wars Day bloodied in arrest. She's dressed up in the white stormtrooper garb. Canadians have a reputation of being super nice to everyone, but don't try walking around in a Star Wars stormtrooper outfit carrying a fake blaster, because the cops will bloody you up. Even fake guns are illegal in fucking Canada. Those people are out of their goddamn minds. That, by the way, is the game plan for you, in case you don't know. They want us to be like Canada. I want us to be like America. Is what it is. Nightstick wielding cops beat black people over social distancing. Footage from a street fight on Tuesday afternoon shows a Jersey City police officer who is white repeatedly hitting a man who is African American while he is pinned to the ground. Now activists are calling for the cops to be fired. It's breaking up a fight. I can pretty much guarantee you that the guy, when he said, stop fighting, the guy said, fuck you, honky pig. That's when you get the hippie stick. Right? If you don't have enough common sense to figure that out, it's your own fault. But it's a division thing. It's the race thing. Gotta play the card. Gotta keep people divided. I have friends that are lost because they want to figure it out, but they're new and they haven't had 10 years of tinfoil hat exposure to get it down. I try and help whenever I can. Shit like that is a perfect example. If it's not the white-black paradigm, it's the Nazi fascist thing that a lot of people are turning to, and they use the Nazi fascism thing. Hitler was a good guy, Hitler was right. Much the same way they use Islam on the blacks. But what they do is they look for people who are looking to join the cult. This is how cults work. This is how they get members in cults. You're lost. You're looking for some direction. Come, I've got a direction for you. It's wonderful. All white people, and we love America. And sadly, that's not actually America, folks. LA City Council votes to name hotels that refuse to house the homeless and may commandeer them. You are not allowed to commandeer private property because your politics don't coincide with what, people want. Fuck you. It's my hotel. I own it. You do not have the right to commandeer it regardless of what your communist propaganda manifesto bullshit says. LA. Just like Canada. Except not as nice, and Canada has better beer. And mooses. I think Canada has mooses. This idiot, fucking moron Jayapal. Coronavirus suffering gives Democrats leverage in Congress. See where they're going. We have to get rid of that piece of paper written by those old slave owners. And then we can put in socialism. Take her out and shoot her. Michigan lawmakers seek subpoena as Whitmer. I was going to call her Whitler. Damn close. Walks back transparency pledge. So she's not letting anything out. She said she would be 100% transparent, and she's about as clear as a Joe Biden sentence. So there you go, folks. These people have a plan. They do not like you. They want to instill the one world government. It's fruit tea. It's not beer. I'm not drinking yet. I will be, though. After reading this, I'm going to really want to drink. Democrat Oregon governor allots all of government stimulus funds of $1.6 billion to the Portland area. Is Portland the only city in fucking Oregon? There's nobody else there? It's the commies, you see. But if you call them commies, then people get upset. Oh, you're just being whatever. So let's call them. Well, they call the whiny bitches who get in everybody's business with their big fucking noses the Karens. I think we'll call all these pseudo-commies the Ivans. And the Ivans and the Karens actually run together because they're the same shitty people. So from now on, Ivan means commie, as if that one was hard to put together. All of it went to Portland. Kate Brown is extending the state's lockdown until July 6, 2 more months. She doesn't have the power, but she has the mandate. YouTube deletes video Plandemic with Dr. Mikovits, accusing Dr. Fauci of corruption and suppression, not approved by the thought police. You see, if the truth is out there, you'll wake up. And if you wake up, that's bad, because you won't be a sheep. And this isn't a Republican-Democrat thing. Everybody needs to wake up. There are people who voted for John McCain, regardless of what a fucking piece of shit he was. Or Mittens. There are people who vote for fucking Mittens. Why? That's the coals. Give me a second. Sorry about that. I like to cook on coal. And I use mesquite coal. Because I live in Arizona. Mesquite's delicious when you cook. I'm bored, remember? So, I don't have chicken thighs left. All I have is chicken breast left. So, cut it up, marinated it. So, trying new recipes because I'm bored. Gotta have hobbies. I'm a giddy and I'm fat, so I like the food and I like it to cook. Soy, ginger, garlic. That's one marinade. The other marinade is pineapple, teriyaki, ginger. And then I mix the 2 marinades together for like 2 test skewers to see if I like that. After I get done with this, I'll go skewer the chicken up. By then, the coal bed will have damped down enough. You can't cook it when it's hot. You gotta let it cool down to like 2/3 heat. You have to be a coal person. Once you do that, it cooks really quick because you're only cutting the chicken in inch cubes. 1-inch cubes. Stick them on a stick, stick them in the fire, flip, 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 flip. I cook fast. Now I'll have that with a green salad and beer. Because I like beer. We know that already. Alrighty, so we did Plandemic with Mikovits. I will see if I can find the link. I'll throw it in the bottom. It's on BitChute. I know you guys don't do BitChute for some reason. I don't understand. You really should. Even my stuff, more of it's on BitChute than YouTube because YouTube blocks everything. Fucking haters. As they push the agenda of the New World Order. And I make that sound like it's a joke, but it's really fucking not, folks. There's a global hegemony, and they think you are cattle. You know how I know this? Sounds creepy. The CDC is going door to door asking for blood samples for coronavirus study. I'm sure you are. Just like 23andMe only wants to read your genes for you, to tell you where you're from. Don't give anybody your fucking personal information. God forbid give them your goddamn genome. You know what the fuck they do with that. 43-year-old father of 9 and dollar store security guard, career man, at least we know what his hobby was, shot dead while trying to enforce tyrannical governor's orders about face coverings. And again, this is Whitler's, Michigan. He's a black fella, by the way, but it doesn't matter what color he is. Motherfucker got shot working as a security guard in the dollar store. He's got 9 kids. because the wicked witch in power couldn't find any flying monkeys to send out. It cost this guy his life. She should really be charged for this. She has way overstepped her bounds. Just to show you exactly what they think of you. Como says healthcare workers who voluntarily traveled across country to help fight New York's coronavirus outbreak will have to pay state income tax. Because I went into the heart of the pandemic zone to help you. And now you're going to charge me. To be fair, these people were making really good bank. The boy was telling me with the nurses that were going in there. I think he said it was 30 grand. You worked 3 weeks straight and came home. Did 21 on, 30K. Something like that. The fact that he has the balls to say, well, you have to pay taxes now that you worked here, means the next time you have a pandemic, fuck you. Burn in hell, what do I care? Oh no, but they're paragons of the medical community. Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx used Imperial College model, now confirmed as a complete fraud, to persuade Trump to lock down the entire U.S. economy. They fucking hate Trump. Crashing the economy is about I told you, I said this before. If the economy doesn't flatline, crash, and crater, the last card they have to play is, because the pandemic didn't work, it's going to be a dirty bomb. It'll be a false flag dirty bomb attack somewhere. Do I have special intel? Does my tinfoil helmet allow me to read the ether better? No, but I just imagine what's the most evil thing I could do. And then I try and step it up a notch. But if I was them, I think this is about where they are. The economy bounces back. Trump's a lock. The pandemic hoax didn't work out as they planned. They're fucked. Now, to be fair, if El Trumpo ever actually fucking prosecuted anybody, if El Trumpo ever took any of these fucking traitors and prosecuted them, he would probably be lionized. He could probably get his face on fucking Mount Rushmore. Just saying. There's a lot of people who are waking up to the fact that our government is corrupt, that our government, the deep state, these people have low moral character. This is evidenced by how they get into office. We are not electing the best and the brightest. We are electing the people who are more than willing to do whatever it takes to get the job. Okay? These people are psychopaths. They have no moral boundaries. They do not care. You are nothing more than fucking plant food to them. At least Jeffrey Dahmer was trying to create the perfect boyfriend. Dining habits are a little fucking odd, but he was trying to create the perfect boyfriend. He had a reason. These people's only reason is the greed, the need for power. Need to be brought to trial, preferably the military tribunal kind. Minnesota barber who attempted to reopen business during coronavirus lockdown faces up to $25,000 in fines. Another black guy. A fucking small business owner. So the race card only works when the cops are beating the guy on film for not complying with the order to stop fighting in the fucking street. This guy, 25 grand in fines because he wants to feed his fucking family. I told you folks, not all Americans are white. You have to kind of understand that. All Americans should be red, white, and blue. A lot of your politicians are red with a gold star. Just saying. He tried to reopen his business during the lockdown and is facing $25,000 in fine. Democrat governor. Why does that seem to be a theme in these fucking power play position areas? Tim Walz announced a shelter-in-place order on 24th. Now, that's only a suggestion. It's not a fucking law. Extended it twice, putting financial stress on many small, non-essential businesses. Milan Denny, the owner of King Milan's barbershop in St. Paul, said he initially complied with the lockdown order and temporarily closed his business. However, the twice extended shutdown left Denny starving, so he attempted to reopen his business. He's got a fucking family to feed. We are not all Nancy Pelosi who can eat fucking fetal organ swirl and a adrenochrome surprise fucking ice cream out of her $25,000 freezer. Now, I know, you're saying, dude, I understand you think that there's this big plot and they're trying to control America. Facebook appoints horrible Trump basher Pamela Karlan to fact-checker role, the same woman who attacked 13-year-old Barron Trump at the impeachment hearings, because censorship is part of what they do, which is why you shouldn't take everything you see on any of the three-letter agencies, Fox, ABC, NBC, CNN, even MSNBC, or the rest of them, as actual real news. It's really not. It's infotainment. It's all part of the fucking drive. Herd the sheeple, drive them to the slaughterhouse, fleece them, slit their throats, dispose of the unusable parts. That's all we are. Fucking China doesn't even hide it anymore. They just literally execute people for organs. Been doing it for years. Now people are like, China's huge black market fucking organ harvesting. Has been for over a decade. Crazy person. I know about these things because I pay attention. It's all in the observations, folks. You just have to fucking look. We're at 16 goddamn minutes. I will never get one of these fuckers under 20 minutes. Anyway, she is on its elite oversight board to make sure you don't spread false information. You know who else does this? YouTube. Should be on BitChute. At least they haven't banned any of my shit yet. Although, if it gets big enough, they will. Illinois governor, who's also a Democrat, Pritzker, says Christian churches may not reopen for a year. And when did he get the power to supersede the First Amendment? They expect you to fall in line and just do as you are told. Do as you are told, peasant. The king has issued a decree. Last time I checked, last time we had a king, we told him, fuck you, I'm not paying any more taxes on goddamn tea. Get the fuck out of my country. It begins. California official announces program to remove people with COVID-19 from their homes to quarantine centers. Because if you're in your house and you're away from everybody, no, I gotta put you with everybody else who has the same fucking thing. Fuck you. And you don't have the authority. But it's California, so you also don't have the firearms to turn around and say, dude, if you try and walk in my house, I will fucking defend my life. Trying to kill you. You're too expensive in California. Yeah, I'm not fucking surprised. All right, last story. So we're going to come in at about 20. CDC, thank God, we have the Center for Disease Control, which takes private donations from people like Bill Gates and George Soros, recommends mail-in voting for November election due to the coronavirus. Gee, I wonder why they would do that. Because it's not like we're routinely seeing boxes of uncounted ballots and ballot harvesting to tip fucking elections. No. But remember, you have to have ID to do everything but vote. If you have ID for voting, that's racist. You Nazi Hitler Trump supporters. Everyone in Mexico gets issued a voter ID card, and Mexico's a fucking third world country. Do not get me wrong, I like Mexico, but it is what it is. That reminds me, Professor Volt hit me up. PV, I got to get back to you on that. It was really, really interesting, though. He was filling me in on the history of Mexico on the Cinco de Mayo video I did. If you're interested, check it out. It's a really long comment. I mean, motherfucker can type. He's a very eloquent and well-educated gentleman from the South. I just want to say thank you for enlightening me to some shit I did not know, and I will get back to you. I'm just a lazy slacker. No, as fucking Yankees are. All right, folks. Thanks for checking in. 1941. That puts us out of here. It's fruit tea, fuckers. I'm going to go get the beer now while I skewer chicken. I'll catch you later. Adios.